Hi Aquarius, this is your reading for April 2019. Thank you so much for joining. I'd like to make sure that you get the most out of your time with me, so please do set aside anything that you're doing so you're not multitasking. And all of your presence is here with me for your reading. While I'm shuffling, please check in with your higher self and your guides and ask them to reach out to me, to my higher self and my guides, so that we can create a feedback loop to make sure that we get relevant and pertinent messages that are tailored especially for you. There's some very interesting cards here for you in your reading for this month, Aquarius. There's two aces and the Magician. The Ace of Cups is at the heart of the reading here, crossed by the Hanged Man. So, and then you have here in the position of you and how you see yourself, the Lovers with the Hermit. So these four cards for me are giving an indication that it's almost like you may have a love interest around you, but you're not interested. That's the feeling I get. I get the sensation that it's not, that the person that may be around you is actually very keen on you and very interested, but you might not be as interested in them. So you might be kind of like wanting to take space at this time, and this offer that's around you may not be interesting to you. But I feel like this person is actually quite powerful and quite a good person too. I get the feeling that there's like a righteousness to this person, that they're very good. They're a very good person. They're kind. They're caring. I'm not quite sure why it is you're not really interested. Let's see if the other cards indicate. I suspect that for some of you, you might just be very overworked and really busy at this time. You might be finding yourself very dedicated to tasks which have been ongoing, like projects that have been going on for some time that require a lot of your attention and focus and precision and detail. And you might just be physically exhausted. Nine of Wands. You might just be, you may not necessarily even be like particularly realizing that there's this person around you showing interest. You might just be like so in your work and focused on what you're doing. And actually this quadrant here with hopes and fears, this is kind of indicating what I just suggested. Like the Four of Cups upright is suggesting that you may not even be aware that this offer of love is coming towards you. Look, there you are kind of pondering these options below here in these Three Cups, and there's this Ace of Cups that's at the heart of your reading coming in towards you to give you an offer, and you can't even really perceive it because your attention is elsewhere. There's also this Five of Cups here in the upright position with the Four of Cups. I don't know, I feel that maybe perhaps some of what you are dealing with as well is some grief or disappointment from the past. So potentially this love interest that's showing up, this person that may be showing up, is not getting your attention because you're very focused on work and you're super busy, and you also may be dealing with some disappointment or a loss from the past, potentially a love that didn't work out for you, or some other type of experience where you maybe have experienced a loss or disappointment and you're still kind of almost mourning that experience or reliving it, and again your attention is there, right? It's interesting. Look, in the Four of Cups you have this character here with the Three of Cups in front of him that he's you know, witnessing, observing and watching. And in the Five of Cups as well, the same character is looking at the Three of Cups that have spilled over and still doesn't see these two behind him. So it's almost like it feels like in both of these cards here, this may be describing you being unable to really notice and be aware of opportunities that are around you because your attention is focused on what you don't have or what you've lost. So that could be just a little reminder to take notice of what's going on around you. Maybe just put your head up for a moment and just actually observe and witness what's right there in front of you. Just receive the blessings of love and kindness that may be around you that are trying to kind of get your attention. The crowning card is interesting as well. You have the Magician upright with this Ace of Wands and this Queen of Wands, creating this very interesting kind of trifecta here. There's also the Page of Wands in reverse there, but I'll get to that in a second. But I feel like these three cards are describing, like, look, the magician is the guy that's holding all the aces, right? But the Queen of Wands is also holding an ace. She's holding this Ace of Wands. Now, I feel that what this is describing here is this person that may be, excuse me, around, that's coming in to offer you love and protection and support and comfort and beauty and grace. But you're not noticing because you're busy focusing on the past, or focusing on like the workload that you have, or not even really. I feel like you're just not open to these energies coming towards you at the moment. I feel like you're in the space of the Hermit right now, where it's not that you're closed off necessarily. It's more just like your attention is inward. Your attention is inward, and your attention may be also on your responsibilities, but there's like you haven't perceived this person, but they're actually right there in front of you. Now, the outcome here, you have the Page of Wands reversed with the Chariot upright. I feel that this is speaking about perhaps part of what your distraction is here, or your inability to perceive what's around you, is that your attention may be waiting for you might be waiting for news. Some of you might be waiting for news for something in order to move ahead with either a project or travel plans, or some kind of change in location perhaps. Maybe you want to go abroad, but you need information to come to you first before you can actually move forward with plans and ticketing and all that kind of stuff. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Ten of Pentacles, Five of Wands reversed, Page of Pentacles reversed, and the King of Cups. I feel that let's see. So another page now. There's 3 pages in your reading. 2 of them are in reverse and 1 of them is upright. It does feel like there is something around, like a pause. Like the Hangman is also here in the middle of your reading as the crossing card, indicating that there could be some delays and some either hesitation on your side, or like just a waiting kind of going on where you're expecting news or information to come. And that could be what these pages are describing, is that you are in a kind of temporary suspension at the moment while you're waiting for information to come to you, communication to come to you. You could be expecting an email or a phone call, and that communication that you're waiting on is causing a temporary delay in you being able to pursue something that you are working on. This Ten of Pentacles here, I feel that there could be something going on at home. Either some disharmony at home with this Five of Wands. There could be some like discontent or disharmony at home for some. For others, you could be dealing with an inheritance, perhaps. That could be what some of you may be waiting on news on. If you are mourning, like if this is, there isn't any cards here about death necessarily, but if you are mourning, for example, for a loss of a loved one, and you may have heard news of an inheritance or are waiting on news of an inheritance, that could be something here for some of you, or maybe even just one person who's watching this reading. You might be preparing to make travel plans based on news of inheritance, based on a loss of some kind. There's something there. And then the Page of Pentacles reversed with the King of Cups. I feel that I feel that the general message here from the King of Cups coming up in your reading as the final card in the spread is sort of saying that regardless of what's going on here, regardless of whether or not you're waiting for something or you feel a little frustrated because you are temporarily suspended in your ability to move forward, that you can kind of channel the energy of the King of Cups and really find that place of joy and calmness and peacefulness within, regardless of your external circumstances, and just utilize your emotional intelligence to kind of motivate yourself through each day to kind of stay buoyant and optimistic. I'm hearing logistics. So again, I feel like for some of you there is some pending travel plans that may be coming in, and you might just be waiting for some news from someone about being able to kind of go ahead and make those plans and start to prepare for a journey. It feels like a broad journey, like overseas, kind of a distant journey. But for others of you, like this Lovers card here and the Queen of Wands, I do feel like, and never mind about the gender of this card, like if you're in a position where this is resonating for you, just be aware that there could be a person around you that is making a genuine offer of love to you, and if you are not in the position to notice them or perceive them or be aware of them, this could just be like a timely reminder to just kind of like maybe lift your head up and just see what's going on around you and be more receptive. That's also the King of Cups too. It's a little be more receptive, because I feel like this person is really genuine and they're very kind and caring, and they have a lot of fun energy as well. So I wouldn't want you to miss out on that. I feel that's it for your general reading for April, Aquarius. A short and sweet one this month. Just check over to make sure there's nothing else here. I didn't really talk about the Magician that much, but I feel like I should say something here now. I feel that the Magician, as the crowning card of this reading, is again an indicator that, like, if you've been in this space of like working hard, head down, really focused, having a lot of work on your plate that you kind of have to get through, and you really have needed to dedicate your time and attention and with precision to a lot of details, I feel like there could be a time coming in the very near future where you might find some like really, what's the word, auspicious experience, or some kind of like magical synchronistic experience happens that is kind of a blessing on your life that you maybe didn't see coming because you've been very focused and head down kind of working on things. And it could be this offer of love coming, but it could also be something else. It could be work related. It could be some kind of offer to. It could be anything. It's not for me to say, but what it feels like to me is that your dedication and focused energy has been noticed by someone, and maybe it's a someone in the physical world who's been around you, who's been noticing your focus and your work and your progress in your technical skill and etc. things that you've been working on. But it also feels like in a larger, grander way, this could be something like a energetic karmic kind of manifestation that you've called in by your own doing, with your own being, with your own expressions and your own intention and practice and behavior. This could be something a little bit bigger and a little bit more grand, something a bit more kind of serendipitous coming to you that you may not be aware of, as I said, because you're very dedicated and focused on your work and your head's down. So that's it for the general reading. I'm going to take the Voyager deck here and shuffle again to give you a higher octave reading using the same layout. That's my holographic mandala spread that I've designed. Now, the higher octave reading is intended to give a little bit more insight into what's happening on a karmic and spiritual level, and to help us perhaps understand best how to deal with the energies we're facing, how to move with grace through the experience and make the most out of the opportunity that we're faced with. So please while I'm shuffling, focus in with me and send your energy into the deck so I can get really clear messages for you. Chariot again. So you had the Chariot there in the outcome. Now it's at the heart of the reading. Crossed by the Priestess. Four of Wands. Time Space, which is Judgment in this deck. It's showing up here in reverse at the foundation. Four of Worlds. Woman of Crystals. Six of Wands reversed. Child of Crystals. Three of Wands reversed, Six of Worlds, the Fool reversed, Nine of Worlds reversed, the Tower, and Ten of Cups reversed. Okay, let's have a look. I feel, I mean, with the Chariot and the Priestess coming out at the heart of the reading, it does give this kind of very accelerated energy kind of feeling. Like there's something going on here where there's some big movement I feel about to happen for you where, as I said in the earlier reading, there could be some pending travel and logistical thing happening where you may be waiting for news about something to be able to move forward with travel plans. But this energy feels a little bit more like like some kind of accelerated growth path for you in an emotional and spiritual way where like some kind of circumstances are going on, and you may have been feeling this for some time. Like some of you might have been going through some sort of like almost like pressure and trying energy, very trying energy, almost like that Nine of Wands where it's like you've had to persevere and really keep going through difficult circumstances where it's felt like it's just been going on for so long and not much is changing. But what I feel is here is that there is a burst of energy coming through that's about to kind of like catalyze you into some kind of unexpected changes. Like you have the Tower card here. This is in the position of your environment with the Child of Crystals called Learner in this deck. So I do feel there could be some sudden and unexpected event happening in the near future. Like could be this month or next month where there is some kind of catalyzing event where things it causes a chain of events to occur where there's like pretty big changes happening in your external world. And it's not meant to be a scary thing. I feel like this is very beneficial energy where you could be moving into much better circumstances in the near future. There is something here about so there's two fours coming out. So I feel that there could be either a change of location or a change of job. You have also the Six of Wands here and the Ten of Cups. So there could be changes in the home life. Like you might move. You could move home, as I said, or you could move to a new job or even move to a new country for some of you. If that's been something on your mind, that could come about in the next short while. But I feel like emotionally and energetically, this is kind of describing that you are really like, there's a determination energy with this spread is what I feel. Like Judgment here at the foundation. And then Chariot and Priestess in the heart of the reading with the Four of Wands. This axis here from the unconscious to the conscious mind, it's like there's like this striving energy or determined energy of wanting to really like transform your life and kind of like really give it a massive makeover and turn to a whole new direction in a certain way. It feels really powerful, but there's been some, I feel like there's been some circumstances and forces at play for you in the last few months, maybe even longer than that, where you've maybe feel a bit limited and restricted by circumstances and maybe unable to make decisions that you really want or make movements that you really want. And some of that may have been like financial, but I feel like you're getting really close to making a breakthrough on whatever factors that have been at play that have been making you feel a little bit restricted in your ability to make decisions and make movement towards the things that you really want. But there's two sixes here. And I feel there's like a harmonizing energy, like where maybe if your energy has been feeling a little bit off, a little bit skewed, maybe a little bit dissonant, if you've been finding yourself like coming up against some like rough people or rough patches or just kind of like a little bit of friction here and there, I feel like you're coming into a time where that's going to shift and you'll be feeling like you're in a much more harmonious place with people that are in much more of a synergy with you. And there's a kind of, there's a whisper here of a new beginning. I don't feel like it's like coming just right now, but I feel like in the next couple of months, maybe few months, but like sometime during this year, there could be like, you might find in a couple of months from now that you could look back and see that you're in an entirely different realm of reality. People, places, circumstances, situations, and things could be entirely different in just a short time from now. And I feel like that's what you want. I think for a lot of you, you're really wanting to invoke like a total makeover of your life and transition into some really new territory. Bottom of the deck, Sage of Worlds, Woman of Cups, the Empress reversed, and the Child of Wands upright. In general, like the feeling here is that this is, as what I kind of just described, there is something that you have been invoking. Like there's this element again of like, I described here, that determination energy of like really wanting to kind of take your life in a particular direction that you feel very passionate about. And the Child of Wands here is called the Seeker. So I feel like that's that Page of Wands energy that you had in the previous reading. Here I feel like it's a different energy slightly, where it's describing someone who has that warrior energy of wanting to kind of really, it's the determination, focus to want to shift and grow and exponentiate your life and your life experiences in ways that can bring about like a totally new realms of reality, new paradigms, new experiences that you would only be able to achieve with that level of determination and striving forward and aspiring to some new ground, new areas of life, new areas of experience. And Woman of Cups, Sage of Worlds, and Empress in reverse, these all feel like there's an element within you of like a deep yearning for a certain type of physical, emotional, and spiritual experience. It's all kind of tied together. There's all this like, there's a striving here, like a determination or an aspiration towards specific types of experience and a certain type of life paradigm shift that you're really striving for is what you're invoking. And if that's what you want, then that's what you're going to get. So keep focused, keep your eye on the prize, keep working away at what you're doing, but do take a moment to like make sure you like explore the lay of the land of what's going around you, so you don't miss some opportunities of people who really care and see you for who you are, see your magic, see your beauty, and want to share some time and space with you. So I wouldn't want you to miss out on that. So make sure you take a moment to really notice where you are and enjoy and experience people who want to share some space with you. Okay, Aquarius, I feel like that's your reading for this month. That was a very succinct and short reading, but there was still a lot of information in there. Do watch that again now if you have time, and at the end of the month give it another review so you can put some things in place as events unfold. You might find there's some additional wisdom there that you didn't catch the first time through. So thank you so much for watching. It's an honor and a pleasure to read for you, and I look forward to seeing you in next month's readings.